week on Country Report, we meet 94-year-old Katie Miller, the Grandma Moses of Renfrew. In Rock Island, Quebec, we see what's in the patent medicine cabinet for livestock. And we make a little music with Cobden's Alex Schauer.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Country Report. This is an old fiddle a neighbor gave me a few months ago. I've been meaning to put it together. That is, if I can figure out how it goes together. You know, the more I look at this instrument, the more I realize how complicated it must be to make. But it might surprise you to know there are a lot of people in the valley who do make them. People like Alex Schauer. 75 miles west of Ottawa is the town of Cobden, population 1,100. There's a bank, a choice of grocery stores, and just off the main drag, A.A. Schauer & Sons hardware store. The townsfolk have been buying their building supplies here for the last 42 years.
What's 3/8 plywood worth? 3/8?
Alex Schauer is 70 years old now, but he's still too young to retire.
Tell you in a minute, my friend.
There's no real rush. A store like this can be a nice place to spend a little time.
3/8 shilling, 17.95.
Prices are reasonable, and so is the selection. Everything from footballs and stuffed animals to nuts and bolts, right down to the proverbial kitchen sink. But in the office, he's got something you won't find in many other hardware stores: violins. They aren't for sale, but Alex doesn't keep them here for display either. Even when he's at work, Alex likes to, well, fiddle around, especially if the fiddle is one that he made himself. It's no easy thing making a musical instrument out of a few blocks of wood, but it's something Alex looked forward to doing for a long time. He first tried to make a violin when he was just 12 years old. He didn't get very far. It was too complicated for him back then. It wasn't until 5 years ago, when he turned 65, that he came back to violin making.
I always had a love for woodwork. That has been all my life, really. And he used to make skis out of cedar and little horseshoes. I sold them at school for 25 cents a pair. Never was bored in my life.
Alex has never given himself the time to be bored. Fiddle making takes up pretty near all the spare time he's got.
Takes me about 36 hours for a bottom plate and about 32 hours. If you spend any less time on that, you're rushing it.
Alex can get most of the tools he needs from his hardware store. Unfortunately, he can't use any local materials. And while Canadian wood is good for the fireplace, it's no good for his fiddles. Alex has to import his maple and spruce from Europe, and that gets expensive. The wood for one violin costs around $200. It would be a lot cheaper to buy violins than to make them yourself. Mind you, over the years, Alex has bought quite a few.
I have about 23 fiddles that I own now. I had more than that. There's only about, maybe out of that bunch, there's only about 4 or 5 that are what I call the top line. You know, I know them when you play them. You know, and there's other ones. I have some, what you call, average instruments, and then there's clunkers.
Clunkers?
Clunkers, what I call them.
What is it?
Well, they're just a fiddle to look at.
Not very good sounding.
No.
Oh, boy, now this is some collection.
Mind you, this is just half of Alex's collection. Some he found at flea markets. Others were given to him.
This one, that one, that one. Them are clunkers.
Oh, these are the clunkers.
But there are 4 on the other end here. Them are fairly good toned fiddles.
What kind of?
There's them are Strads, those
Strads?
Yeah, they're not genuine, you know. They're
The copies. The copies,
right,
of course,
right,
of course.
If only they were real Strads. But at least the name lives on here in Alex's basement workshop. That's because Alex is using one of the old master's designs. Of course, it would be impossible to recreate a Strad, even with modern equipment. But Alex has created some pretty interesting fiddles in his time.
This is part of a dining room table. That's old wood.
Made from a dining room table?
Dining room table. And the ribs. This is the ribs. The top is made of an old cedar log building. I had to split it and flatten it out. And the scroll, or the neck, it's all in one. That's made out of a piece of a tongue out of an old thrashing mill, wooden thrashing mill.
No.
All in all, it takes Alex about 5 months' worth of evenings and weekends to make a violin. Not that his wife Edith is complaining.
One thing about it, I know where he is. No, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you think he spends time, but then, you know, he's working at something he likes, and so why not?
Boy, you wouldn't want to play fiddle with a beard like that.
The Schauer family moved here to the Ottawa Valley from Germany back in the 1880s. Music has always been part of the family.
Well, where's your father? Because he played fiddle.
That's him on the left, sitting down.
Oh, that's him. Who's the other fellow?
That's his brother. That's my uncle. He played the fiddle.
Oh, the brother did too?
Yeah. All the other, his are all other brothers. Every one of them played the fiddle.
Boy, what a musical history. But you're the first one that has made fiddle.
That's right.
For Alex, music is still a family affair. When he makes a fiddle, he likes to keep it in the family.
I could have sold them, but well, what good is money to you when you get to my age? So I give them to the grandsons or the granddaughters when you play.
Pass on the tradition.
That's right. As long as they want to play it. If they don't want to play it, well, I don't give them one.
13-year-old Jamie Schauer is one of Alex's grandsons and the only violin student in his class with a homemade violin.
I feel great, and it really gives me a good deal of pleasure. I feel proud of it, really. And I hope they can play for many years, yeah. Long after I'm gone, I hope they're still playing.
Stradivarius couldn't have said it better. The best thing to do with a fiddle is play it.
In the town